So, this time I'm taking a look at the Zombasite beta. I think people can tell by looking at my review back catalogue that I'm a bit of an RPG lover, and this action RPG has a very interesting gameplay twist to it. The game combines the mechanics of action RPGs with a political civilization building mechanics more reminiscent of turn-based strategy games like Civilization, and the two genres work surprisingly well together. When you start the game, you first get to create your character. In true RPG form, you're able to choose between a number of different classes. Then you'll find yourself on a world building screen, similar to one you'd encounter at the start of Civilization, which allows you to choose a number of rival factions, the size of the areas, and the difficulty level you want to play at. Once that's done, the world is randomly generated, both in terms of the areas present and the factions that inhabit it, which is great as it means no two playthroughs are the same, giving it excellent replay value. Unlike a lot of RPGs, there's no predetermined quest path or restrictions in this one. You can pick up a number of quests and then complete them in whichever order you like, which is a welcome break from here is a massive world. Oh wait, no, you can't just run about in it, you have to do this, this and this first. There is a priority order to the quests. You don't have to stick to it, but it is generally advised you do, otherwise bad things can happen. But the high priority quests are very rare, so even that doesn't really restrict your freedom very much. The difficulty in the game I think might need some rebalancing, as the game seems challenging even on normal. I can have 8 members in my clan 1 minute, then while I'm trapped in a dungeon unable to port back, one single event will wipe most of them out, which I think is a little harsh on normal difficulty. I wouldn't mind it so much if it happened to the AI factions as often as it does to me, but it doesn't appear to. The only thing I've seen decimate the rival factions' numbers is warring between themselves, so I think this does need to be looked at. It's unfortunately happened to me numerous times, forcing me to delete my character and start again, which is certainly restricting my enjoyment of the game. When playing on normal setting, I would prefer just to be able to enjoy the mechanics of the game without my entire clan being wiped out at a moment's notice, losing the occasional member fine. A solution to this might be higher happiness on normal settings and less Priority 1 and Priority 2 quests, and perhaps less chance for clan members to go renegade, and more gates back to a stronghold, or at least a teleport ability you can use more than once. From the perspective of the new player, I just find the current lowest setting far too unforgiving. The other niggle I have is with the rampant invasion of the tutorial text, which within 10 minutes of play has taken over the bottom of my screen. Now true, you can turn it off in the options menu, but the fact is I haven't read any of these because every single time I read one, it spawns 3 more. I mean, look at all that at the bottom of the screen. Am I really expected to sit for an hour and shift through it all? Is this not an action RPG? I want action, not the reading of endless how to play text. There has to be a more active way of presenting the information. Despite this, I do still enjoy the game and it is rather addictive to play. I find it fascinating how all the rival factions run about foraging, forming alliances and annihilating each other, and as long as your faction is powerful enough, you can just watch it all play out around you without getting involved. I also love it when all the factions shower me with gifts, awed by my magnificent clan, right up until the point where my clan gets inevitably annihilated by some random event while I'm trapped out in the field and can't respond. Still, maybe I missed something in that pile of unread tutorial text. I'm begging you devs, do something please. Save me from the rampant text invasion, it's burying me alive! But you know, despite all of my complaining, this is an absolutely great game. I do enjoy playing it, and as it's still in its beta phase, it will only get better. So if you do want to give it a try, then there's a demo version available on Steam and it's well worth doing. Just don't get too attached to your clan members.